What's up, y'all? Advance here. So, more and more information is coming out about this damn sub. And, yeah, like, it's ridiculous. So, the sub itself was experimental. I found out that there actually was one successful exhibition that I know of. And we're going to talk about that in a second. And there were at least 3 or 4 instances where they've had to cancel expeditions to go down to the Titanic wreck. One time there was floaties that came off that weren't supposed to, or they went down and navigations got screwed up. One of the thrusters was installed backwards, so when the guy hit forward on the controller pad, he was going in circles. It was bad. This whole thing was a mess. And I know that I said in my Take It Out video that you fail your way to the top, trial and error, this, that, and the other. But nah, this was something that could have cost them their lives. So, and then come to find out, James Cameron had actually did an interview, because James Cameron, the guy that directed Titanic, he came out and said, look, like, we knew that the sub wasn't up to code, and it was rumored that the CEO Stockton Rush was cutting corners with the cost of the submarine. He was pushing the boundary. He was going against regulations. But these regulations are in place for a reason. Then this was it. They hired an expert. I forgot what his name was, but they hired a dude to oversee the engineering of the vessel. He said the vessel wasn't ready. This was a whistleblower. He said the vessel wasn't ready. And so what do companies do when you go against their main vision? They fire the dude. They fired him, and then they said basically anything that he reported was retaliation in response for him getting fired. Man, that's crazy. And James Cameron even said, all right, so the tube itself was made out of carbon fiber. James Cameron said there is no way that would have been viable to survive at depths of 4,000 meters, 13,000 feet to what they uninitiated. But yeah, like, it's stupid, man. It's stupid. And to think 4 other people lost their lives because of because of that. Now, the one dude that was on there, the guy nicknamed PH, they said that he loved the Titanic. He always anytime there was an exhibition, he was on it. So yeah, so he dove to the Titanic. I don't know how many times, but I know James Cameron himself took 33 trips down to the Titanic without issue. So yeah, but that dude went. They said that basically, like, knowing the type of person that he was, that was probably a fitting resting place for him, on his way down to the Titanic. But I don't know. Me personally, I would have much rather had lived, but But in any case, yeah. So that's that. They said that it was cutting corners. He wanted this to work out so bad, and it just didn't. What the hell are these people doing? Sorry, people doing weird stuff in front of me, but yeah. So yeah, that Yeah, it's sad, really, and it's just a case where like they have parameters that are set in place for a reason, and when they're set in place, parameters, rules, regulations, when they're set in place, it's really not just to protect the people that you bring into your folly, but it's to protect against, it's to protect you. And then there were reports saying that they weren't even authorized or certified, rather. They weren't certified to take people. All right, warning system. I'm not underwater. Relax. It's my backup camera. But no, they were saying no, they weren't even authorized to take people on expeditions down to the Titanic. And it was given numerous warnings. Again, this is all reported. I don't have firsthand knowledge in this, but yeah, there was a on one of the channels I was watching that was covering the event. There was an expert on there where he said he was actually given the opportunity to be on that expedition, but he turned it down. Now, he said at the time, when the dust settles, I'm gonna, I'll voice my reasons, but for right now, this is not the appropriate time. But he basically said, without saying, he didn't trust the schematics. The schematic wasn't wasn't right, and it was numerous people that didn't trust it. Once they found out that it was being controlled by a Logitech game controller, that caused one investor to pull out and ask for his money back. He was like, "No, I don't feel like investing in this." No, So yeah, so there was that. Now, the same expert said that basically the difference between a Logitech controller and an actual vehicle craft controller is the price. Basically, it serves the same functions or whatnot. It's something that I would probably use to control a submarine that I built, if I built it in my backyard. But I mean, that's relative, because they have the Titan wasn't the only vessel that OceanGate owned. They had a couple of other ones that they were doing expeditions with, but nowhere near the depths of the Titanic. So here we go. So what do we learn from this? Like, you got to check, double check, and recheck. And it's like when it's an instance where it's a safety issue and then there's lives at stake, especially paying the kind of money that they pay. Granted, Stockton Rush said that despite them paying $250,000 each, there was he wasn't making any money off of that, because $1 million basically only covered the fuel. but like, I don't know, man. It's the whole thing was just bad. But in any case, those are my thoughts. Tell me what you thought. What do you feel about the what do you think about the submarine implosion? Put your comments in the comment section down below. We can chop it up and we can talk about it. My name is Advance. Just don't forget to like, share, subscribe on everything. I'm out.